Okay, hey you guys, this is finally, I'm sorry I'm so late with this response for the letter B, but I've been busy week, and I look a little tired right now, I think, and my eyes are red. It's not because I'm stoned, it's because West Indian Girl had a show tonight, first one with the new lineup. It went great, and looking forward to growing with this band, so it should be good. Okay, let's get to this and let's bust this out because there were way more comments this time around than last time. Alright, so first one, this was B, and I suggested Blonde Redhead, which I'm listening to right now in the background, Boards of Canada, and then bonus one, Band of Horses. Alright, Abby, you suggested, I think, Bibio, song Sugarette. I listened to this guy. It's a guy from the UK, one-man sort of project, experimental, electronic, folky stuff. I sort of liked it, but then I didn't really like the experimental part, and it just kind of lost me, and it was a bit distracting, but then again it sort of made it interesting. I also read something that he was inspired, ironically, by Boards of Canada. So would I kick him out of my iTunes library? No, but I'm not sure how hard I would try to get him in there. So, alright. Chalk Maze. How you doing, man? It's BT. I haven't listened to BT in a long time, and you suggested, what did you suggest? Oh, something off This Binary Universe. And you know what? These comments are great because some of these are really detailed, and I like these detailed comments. You know what? I just don't agree with you on this because I have a soft spot for movement and still life, which is more like, I guess you'd say, a poppy side of BT, and this was more I don't know how you'd say this. I just couldn't deal with it. It just, I just didn't do. I like that era of BT where it was definitely more poppy, had more songs in there. He's a great producer. If you listen to his stuff, you can really hear, you know, all the elements pan, come in, just it's really nice separation. I'd love to get him to do a remix for us someday. But I didn't like this. I liked his earlier stuff. Good suggestion though, because I hadn't listened to BT in a long time. So Mr. CSS, it's a pseudonym for one of my good friends. He said it should have had a BRMC. I don't have any BRMC in my iTunes library. This is LA band. I guess you'd describe them as sort of, I'd describe them as dark, fuzzy 70s sounding. Stooges, Velvet Underground. I think it's a good band to have in your iTunes. What was I saying? They're classified as indie and noise, but like I said, I think they sound way more retro than that. So, funny story about BRMC. First time I ever heard about them is when I was getting my truck fixed by this, since I really didn't have any money. I was going to this guy that lived like in the neighborhood who fixed cars, and he would always say to me every time that I went to get my truck fixed, yeah, I know these other musicians in this band, Black Rebel Motorcycle Club, do you know them? And I never met them, but we shared the same mechanic. Alright, Jamie, hi Jamie. Bon Iver, Blood Bank. So many girls like Bon Iver. I don't really like Bon Iver, but I kind of like this guy Justin Vernon. He's from Wisconsin. I have a soft spot for really any Midwestern bands. I like Midwestern bands. Sleepy Time, sort of mellow. Seems like every girl loves Bon Iver, so I guess they're not doing, you know, they're doing something right. I wouldn't kick this out of my iTunes library, and I'd actually like to get the whole record because I've heard so much about it. It's okay. Let me see. Alright, Jason from Florida, how are you? I haven't seen you since Outside Lands Festival. It was awesome seeing you there, by the way. Yep, Boards of Canada, good. Okay, you're gonna bum out on this one. I do not like Bjork. I never have. I just don't like her. Probably be crucified by everyone for saying that. But you suggested a song that was off of the Dancer in the Dark soundtrack that she scored, which was actually pretty cool. Thanks for posting that link. I liked it, you know, relatively speaking, considering I don't like Bjork. Second thing was Big Audio Dynamite, and Big Audio Dynamite, it was fun, you know, watching this video and listening to them again, but I agree with you that they're way ahead of their time. But, you know, so were the Clash, you know, in the combat rock era. I had trouble listening to this now. It's almost sort of disturbing because it sounds so dated. And it was funny to think that this was actually cutting edge at one point. But your post was awesome. Thanks for going into so much detail with everything. I was smarter after I read it. Okay, John, again from Pennsylvania. That's awesome that you wrote back. Yep, Band of Horses, great. You're going to recommend another band from PA. Oh, Black Moth Super Rainbow. I actually knew one of their managers. I think he's their ex-manager now. But this band is pretty cool. I definitely need more in my iTunes. I mean, they're psychedelic, indie pop, I guess you could say, and it's sort of definitely an acquired taste. Their videos, I had never watched their videos before that. They are just strange, just in a good way. Just wow, definitely worth checking out for sure. Black Moth Super Rainbow, Sweets, another Bon Iver. See, girls like Bon Iver. And she goes on to say, if you like Ben Birdwell's voice and phrasing, you'll appreciate Justin's voice. And it's full of imagery, kind of fun getting lost in his sadness. I like that line. And you know what? Someone needs to zip and send me Bon Iver's record, okay? Z. I haven't seen you in a while, Z. You're probably going to be at that San Diego show, I bet. Let me see, what do you say? Oh, Beth Orton. Okay, Beth Orton is not my cup of tea at all. We were label mates on Astroworks together, and you know what? It goes without saying, I'm not a big singer-songwriter fan, never have been, never will. It's just not my deal. Every time I used to get these from Astroworks all the time, and I probably sold so many copies of Beth Orton's records. Then again, I sold a lot of copies of my own records to make some money. What else? And then you went on to say, oh, Buffalo Daughter. And Buffalo Daughter was actually is Japanese, early 90s. It was kind of cool. It was out on the Beastie Boys label, and I ended up trying to watch this video twice, but then stopped paying attention to it, you know, halfway through it both times, so that basically tells me that I really didn't like it. But then you suggested as a third one, seems like it always works out like this, that the random things you throw in there I end up really liking, was the Boxer Rebellion. I never heard of this band, but I ended up staying, you know, more on their page, and then I went to their MySpace page, and then I went to their official website, and I really liked them. So that was a pleasant surprise. Randomly, after 2 strikes, you come through with the Boxer Rebellion, and it's a good one. So I'd like to hear more of them.